Hey friends, Zoe here. I hope you're having an amazing day. I am back again today with some quantum content because it is Quantum Week when Lo and I from the Lo and Zoe Show launch the Quantum Creators course. And quantum content is one of my favorite things to talk about because it is incredibly empowering and it creates massive shifts and massive results for people. So I'll be leaving that link down below for you guys to check out and sign up. There are tons of incredible testimonials. Honestly, they just bring so much joy to my heart because not only do people receive like physical or tangible results in whatever it is that they're wanting to quantum leap into, whether it's a soulmate partnership, whether it's money or whether it's debt being paid off, things like that, but people receive an emotional transformation, which is like what I spoke about in the previous video around people beginning to view themselves as powerful and live their life empowered versus disempowered. So check out the previous video if you haven't already. It'll be linked down below. And today, what I really want to dive into is how manifestation has changed, especially in the last 2 years. So I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely noticed that there have been a lot of shifts as manifestation is not working the same way that it used to for me. And I could give a simple example of I'm not really called to spend a lot of time scripting in my journal or writing things out over and over and over again. A lot of these manifestation tips or hacks, if you will, they just actually require a lot of efforting, right? A lot of energy expenditure in order to receive. And when you're thinking of things in terms of the law of attraction, when you are viewing yourself as an attractor or when you are trying to manifest via the law of attraction, it implies that things are out there, but you have to do things in order to signal to the universe to bring them to you. When in fact, you as an immortal spiritual being have power beyond measure. You have the power to manipulate reality, which is what we teach in the Quantum Creators course. And when you understand how reality works at that subatomic level, you can then operate as a master of the matrix, someone who shortens timelines, makes quantum leaps all of the time because you know how to apply this formula to your life and it creates consistent results. So in addition to the quantum method, because law of attraction and manifestation, I feel has changed, the quantum method is the one thing that has always stayed the same. And the quantum method not only yields results, it also allows for a large emotional transformation and up level, as in people enter into the Quantum Creators course and come out different people. And they say there was life before Quantum Creators course. QC squared is what we nickname it as. There's life before QC squared, and then there's life after, because people are finally given permission to view reality in a different way and then view themselves in reality in a different way and view themselves as powerful versus disempowered or victim to circumstance. So manifestation has changed, but the quantum method has remained the same. And in addition to what I was speaking about, the law of attraction or these teachings, they always imply efforting, right? Like you've got to do this or you've got to do that or you've got to have this list. And honestly, if we were to sit down and write out all of the different things that you have to do in order to create results, it just implies that you already are not worthy enough to receive as you are. Right. And we are all on this journey of understanding that we are more than enough, that we are fully whole, worthy, and complete, and that worth is by birth. We are born onto this planet as abundant human beings with potent, magical powers to create our dream life. And those of you who are sitting there watching this, right? I know that you've got dreams. I know that you've got goals, and I want to remind you that those are important. You wouldn't have those inklings or those dreams or just the desire to create something in this world if it wasn't meant for you and it wasn't possible. Dings or little breadcrumbs from the higher self, any synchronicities that you see around you and your future and bringing that into your reality, they are not to be ignored. It's your higher self saying, hey, I know what you're capable of and you know what you're capable of. Even though you're in this human suit and living a three-dimensional life, I know that you know deep inside how to create quantum leaps, how to create the life of your dreams. And what's beautiful about the Quantum Creators course is that it is a deep remembering for people. It's not necessarily, okay, yes, you're learning new things, and yes, you're learning how reality operates on a subatomic level. But when you start to visit this content, it's like something happens inside. Your heart is activated and you remember who you are And you move into this place of, like I said, empowerment, but just an unstoppable flow and an unstoppable embodiment of going after your dreams and making them a reality. And nothing gets in your way. When you fully understand that you're a creator and you're living in that frequency, it's like, I can make anything happen, and I truly believe it. I mean, just as an example for you guys, of course, naturally deciding I want to move to Bali in the middle of a global pandemic, sure, there could have been a lot of resistance. There could have been a lot of evidence to the contrary, but I sold everything. And I put all of my eggs in one basket because I have lived in full belief of the quantum method and the quantum method of manifestation since I began to apply it and understand it in my life. It's like the systematic way to manifest. But in addition to that, like I said, nobody wants to effort anymore. Effort implies lack. So shifting the other way in which manifestation has changed, which Kyle Cease, if you guys have not explored his content, I highly recommend his book, The Illusion of Money, and or his YouTube channel, which I'll be linking down below. He really speaks into this, and he helped put words to concepts that I had been practicing in my own life, but not fully understanding. So I feel like he's someone who is a leader in this space, in the manifestation space, in the manifestation world right now, because he's speaking to the new paradigm and the new earth and everywhere where we're going. Okay. Everywhere where humanity and consciousness is going. And in the simplest form, what Kyle says is that in order now to manifest, in order to shorten the timeline, shorten the gap, the way that manifestation works now is, let's say you want to attract love into your life. Okay, so in order to create the love that you fully desire, you need to feel the opposite of, which means that you need to sit with the emotions of abandonment, perhaps rejection, the fear of, let's say, living out your life alone in order to then manifest the love of your life. You need to fully heal the nervous system of everything that you exhibited in childhood that had you conditioned to a different way of being. Okay, so it requires you to sit with your uncomfortable emotions. And this is something that, again, is against the classic law of attraction teachings of simply don't feel bad and choose a better feeling thought. No, okay, the big cosmic joke about that is that we are human beings born into these physical bodies that experience an array of emotions. The cosmic joke there is, okay, we're always supposed to choose a better feeling thought or experience. And why do we have bodies that feel every single array of emotions, right? It doesn't feel fair. But when you start to understand that you are the creator and you give yourself permission after understanding how reality works and also understanding what Kyle Cease has been educating us on, you understand that not only is it okay to feel your emotions, but it is highly necessary to feel your emotions to create space for the life that you desire. Right? We must experience a shift internally in order to experience the external reality shift for us, right? So it starts inside. All answers are within. The magic is within you. These desires, they're within you for a reason, right? But we must experience the internal transformation or shift before we will receive it in the external reality. Okay, so that requires you to feel your emotions, because if we're thinking about the inner reality, we're not just talking about your mind and your subconscious belief system. We're actually also including the body here. So the body is full of stored and trapped emotions. So if you want to create more spaciousness in your life, if you want to create more freedom in your life, then you better believe that you've got to liberate the body from the things that you've been holding on to for an extended period of time. And what I want to tell you guys is that at the beginning, it's highly uncomfortable to sit with your uncomfortable emotions, especially if you've been a subscriber to the law of attraction content and the manifestation content for quite some time now. You've also got this set of beliefs that, oh my God, I can't go there. I can't feel this bad emotion or else I'm going to manifest bad things. But your ability to create in this world is not dependent on you feeling a certain way. Like I said, your worth is by birth. You are fully worthy, whole and complete, and worthy of receiving all that you desire just right now. But if you desire to create large amounts of spaciousness, large amounts of abundance and freedom in your life, like I said, you better believe that you've got to liberate the body. You've got to free up the trapped, suppressed traumas, emotions, and things from childhood. And like I said, it's difficult at first to sit with the emotions because not only have we been programmed not to, we also feel that it is deeply uncomfortable. But sometimes it only takes about 5 minutes. Like I've had huge transformations only come in 5 minutes of me just deciding to sit with my emotions. And what does that look like? I'll tell you. So let's say something triggers me and I'm all of a sudden in a lot of fear, right? The nervous system is lighting up and it feels like I'm dying, right? The ego is sending messages like, we're not going to survive. Oh my God, fight or flight mode. What are we going to do? And what I do is I might put on some binaural beats or some music that's very calming, or just sit in silence, put my hand on my heart, and I just sit there with the emotion. I close my eyes and I scan my body for where the emotion is. And as soon as I've located it, oftentimes for me, this is like a tightness in the chest. I just breathe into that emotion and I just imagine myself going deeper and deeper and deeper into this emotion. And what happens in that process is that it starts to dissolve. And like I said, it can happen as quickly as 5 minutes. It starts to dissolve, a shift starts to happen, and all of a sudden I'm lighter and free. Sometimes it involves crying a little bit. Sometimes it involves crying a lot. I have actively let go of emotions that had me crying for about an hour or even a couple hours, but it was a mass undoing. Rarer than like the regular occurrences, but nonetheless, it was deeply transformative, right? Equal and opposite reactions is what I'm speaking to, and is what Kyle C speaks into, is that if you want to, let's say, become a millionaire or create or generate large amounts of financial wealth, you better believe you're going to have to feel the opposite. You better believe that source is somehow going to trigger you into feeling like you don't have any money, or triggering you into a deep level of scarcity in order for you to release the trapped emotions from the nervous system, the trapped emotions from the body. So with that being said, what I want to encourage you guys to do is remember this, right? Save this video for later, or send it to someone who you also could benefit from it. But remember that the next time that your nervous system acts up, goes into fight or flight, do not ignore that inner child. Choose and decide to sit with it, to sit with yourself and offer yourself unconditional love. And just watch at how quickly the emotion of love, right? Granting yourself the space and time to be seen and heard, can transform and shift things. Okay. And that is the way that manifestation is working now. Like I said, we've got 2 ways of doing things now. The efforting is on its way out. We've got the quantum method, which is understanding, conditioning a new way of being, conditioning that new way of being and understanding that you're the creator of your reality and that you can create powerful, huge leaps in your reality and in your world, essentially. And then you've got to feel your emotions. You've just got to. It's a part of it. If you want big things, you got to feel your way through, right? You got to feel it to heal it, to create all that space and that liberation. And like I said, I want to validate, acknowledge it's a bit scary at first, but then all of a sudden you get to this place where you're seeing how quickly the shifts begin to happen when you decide to honor your body and feel your emotions, that you get to this place where you're like, oh my God. It's almost like I slightly want to be triggered in ways so that I can go heal things again, because it happens so quickly that you're like, wow, okay, well, when the next trigger comes, I'm ready for it. Like I'm ready to integrate every little last piece of that shadow. And I don't have to be scared of triggers anymore. Because triggers are something that we're going to have to live the rest of our lives with. You might as well just decide to be friends with them right now. Just saying. And those of you who are interested in the Quantum Creators course, Lo and I only launched for a short period of time to welcome all the creators in. The link will be down below, and I will be seeing you in the Quantum.